We just finished the 6th week of 2025. It's 2026, jeez, okay. 5 weeks have passed and I'm still getting the year wrong, okay. That happens. I still sometimes write the wrong day, but who doesn't do that for like 6 months into a year? Or even, I remember last year, I would sometimes, like, I've had times where, yeah, I'll write several years earlier and it'll be like, what am I doing? It's like I'm just writing random numbers. So this week wasn't as productive, like, this has probably been my least productive week of the year. But, it makes sense. So, the last couple of days, so today, basically, all I've done is tidy my room, and the same as yesterday. Yesterday, like, I went out with a friend for a bit, and then just tidied my room. So, like, that's not really anything I can show off. Like, it's a very time-consuming, a lot of effort and energy, but it's not particularly cool. But it needed doing. My room is really bad. I mean, I haven't tidied my desk yet, either. That's why there's just books and stuff everywhere. But I, like, went through my wardrobe, I'm donating some stuff. Because, like, I have clothes, but you know, like, how you have clothes that you like, but it's not really something that you actually wear? I feel like I have a habit of that. But some of the stuff I did end up doing is I made this pumpkin cuff. So, like, there's a lot of the things I did, like, because I often I'll have a thing in my journal, which I've actually finished my first, this one's now full. We've moved on to book 2. For the year, but like sometimes the stuff that I run on Wednesday, I'll forget like how much of that I had covered in the video for the week before. But like I made the pumpkin cuff. I don't think I talked about that last time, and even if I did, I'm showing it off again. It's cute. I haven't had a chance to finish off Kyrie's thing, but one advantage of tidying, I found some more black beads, so that might be a tonight's thing. Is I finish off the Kyrie cuff. I also I've got baking paper because I made some of these. So like I'm in a Discord server and they suggested making some related to the Kingdom Hearts real-time fan dub. So like they specifically asked for like cardiology themed, like easy come easy go. I have a somewhere on my desk I made like a shrinky heart, but I didn't have baking paper, so I haven't shrunk it yet. So it's still full size. And then I've got like Do No Harm, which is like the theme song, and then like Messy and Complicated, and that's also from the song. But yeah, I finally got some red beads. Because my main sort of packs of candy I buy don't have red in them. I also made some, I'm pretty sure that was for this week. I made some more of the pink. Yeah, no, that would be, because I made these before that. So yeah, I think I've got 25. Hold up. Let's count. I still need to eat the ice cream thing. So I like buy this mango sorbet. You guys can't see, but yeah, I need to eat the mango sorbet so I can get the container and paint it pink for the pink one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 10, 15. Wait, did I miscount? Okay, so there's around 20-ish, I think. No, I didn't count them super precisely. So yeah, I make about 30 for things. That was last fortnight, but I'm still gonna like. It's pretty. I want to make some more candy cups. But yeah, so I was less productive this I keep saying fortnight, this week. I think I keep saying fortnight because I get paid fortnightly. Because also, I feel like as karma for making the Kingdom Hearts video where I made fun of characters like for how I thought they would react to period pain, I got one of my worst periods in months, which sucks. So like most of this week, I was just dead. Like, cause yeah, I think it hit like mid-Thursday. Cause yeah, no, like it was in the afternoon, so like I just like it hit whilst I was going shopping for groceries, and I was all excited because I was gonna make dinner, and then I just had to sleep because I was dead. I ended up making dinner the night afterwards though, so I cooked because I had this nice katsu rice bowl a couple of weeks ago, and I like wanted to make sort of something, so I bought like pre-made chicken schnitzels. And I made, like, the tonkatsu sauce, and with the Kewpie mayo. It was yummy. They also, Aldi had, like, a pre-made sort of, sweet and sour pork. Sweet and sour pork kit. It was pretty, it tasted like food court, Chinese food, so it was pretty eh. But, like, for something that I had to put, like, 10 minutes of effort in, it was okay. I only read one book this week as well, so I finished off Vampirates. I have gotten, some books from the library, so I haven't had a chance to start it because I've been busy. Like, I went out with friends and stuff. I've had my period. I've also been tidying my room. But I'm about to start the Ballad of the Songbird and Snakes, which I'm really excited about because I watched the movie and I was like, oh, This might be peak. And I've also borrowed The Sunrise on the Reaping as well, so I can go straight to that. Plus, I own the 3 main Hunger Games books, so I might be doing a Hunger Games marathon. I am tempted to, like, read them backwards. I mean, what about that? I mean, I'll, like, start with, like, I'll read, Ballad, Sunrise, and then read the 3 Hunger Games books. I won't read those ones backwards. That doesn't make sense to do it that way. And yeah, I've also borrowed a movie. So I don't, also same as, like, I don't know, because I watched them on the Wednesday, but I don't know if it was after I made the Wednesday recap thing, but I watched Pride and Prejudice and Zombies and Life Size. Life Size I borrowed, like, those 2 I had borrowed from the library, but Life Size coming from the kids section, I might have had to go visit Port Royal. Go the yo-ho method because it was scratched. And I also watched Juno, because that's one of the uni texts that's coming up. And I'm about to start back up at uni. I'm really excited. So, like, I've been on break for, like, a couple of months now, and I feel like it's been slightly driving me insane. Because I also don't work, because no one will hire me. So I feel like, you know, I've been really enthusiastic to get back into it. I say that as if I, like, wasn't completely stressed out at the end of last trimester. But, like, I want to go see my uni teachers again. I want to harass them about Shakespeare because, you know, I've been writing the sonnets. So I did miss a couple of days because I was in pain. But I think I've written 18 sonnets now. Which, you know, like, is still pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I've also been a bit more experimental. The last one I wrote messed with the structure of it a bit. Because, like, I'm going to experiment where the speaker sort of gradually, as the speaker develops and gets to know themselves a bit better and become more authentic, they're going to leave the Shakespearean sonnet form and develop into their own form of sonnet. I feel like that could be a fun thing to experiment with. And yeah, I am kind of tempted because sonnets are types of sonnets are often named after the person that invented it, right? So, like, you got the Shakespearean sonnets named after Shakespeare. There's a Milton sonnet named after John Milton. Because I looked up a couple of different sonnet forms just to check if, like, what rhyme scheme I was using existed. I managed to pick a rhyme scheme that didn't exactly correlate with any of the sonnet forms I found. But if I name myself Sora, actually, wait, no, it's probably based on last name. Oh, snap. Okay. Because I was like, wait, if I name myself Sora, can I have a sonnet form named after Sora Kingdom Hearts? But I just remembered that last names exist. Dang it! That's way less cool. Aww, okay, well there goes my commitment to the bit. Yeah, I may have forgotten that Shakespeare was Bro's last name. Like, in my head, he's kind of like, that's just his name. Like how Riku and Sora are just Riku and Sora. Like, Shakespeare didn't have a first name. Who's calling him William? Anne Hathaway? That's funny because, you know, like, Anne Hathaway was his wife, but also is the name of a famous actor today. I hope that wasn't funny. Oh, also, I did do some stuff in my Commonplace book. Hold up. Where is it? Commonplace book. Commonplace book. I know it's over here. I also found my Kindle and my e-readers, which I'm really excited about because they have books on there. And I actually have, like, it's been so long since I found them last that I've actually forgotten what books I have on there. My Commonplace book, oh, there it is. I'm like, it's over here. Okay. So yeah, I did some stuff in this. Marcus, I think. So yeah, it was, so writing down some, like, books to read. So specifically in books that I don't already own, because, like, there's some books on my bookshelf, like, you know, that I want to read that I haven't read yet, or, like, I want to reread. So yeah, Aiden Thomas is, like, because I've read one of their things and I kind of want to get everything that they've written now. Chai and Cattails is, like, short stories, like, cozy fantasy stories involving cats, and I'm like, yes. Half Asleep in Frog Pajamas. So I was looking at books that are in second person, and, like, frog pajamas in your title, yes. Off with Their Heads is, like, a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. I love Alice in Wonderland. I really want to play the American McGee Alice series, but they're really expensive. So, like, Madness Returns, which is the one that you can get on Steam. You can't get the first one. But Madness Returns for the PlayStation 3 was, like, over $100 at, not Super Retro, CEX. And I'm like, why is it so expensive? I also want to read Rejection, because I watched a video, from this YouTuber who read it, and it sounded cool. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slate, I think it's supposed to say slaying, not slayer vampires, but yeah, like, because I have an interest in vampires and stuff, and that title's cool. And, like, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has also been something that I've been meaning to read for years at this point. Like, English teachers have recommended to me. I know, like, it's just a general book that people have been like, yeah, go read that. And I keep not reading it. I also found a list from Penguin, books of, like, books that they said to read before you die. I was expecting to have heard of more of them than I had. And then I was doing some, like, so, wait, I might zoom in. I might half zoom in. Or half commit. No, I hate how hard it is sometimes to get, like, the thing, but I did, like, a hiragana chart, like, because I do want to learn Japanese. So I can read manga that hasn't been translated, like Psyche K, and also so that I can understand Kingdom Hearts. Because, like, I know that there are some, like, translation differences and stuff, and, yeah. I wrote katakana, and then I decided that maybe I would try and, like, translate the Hikari, which is the Japanese version of Simple and Clean. I mean, I made some attempts, except then I ended up with some issues with, like, because I was going with just the lines, try and translate as best as I could, you know, from, like work out, oh, like, okay, this is this thing, like, yeah, I think I, like, I realized also that I don't think I have nearly as much experience, but it was a good exercise. It was kind of fun. But yeah, I had an issue where, like, I was like, wait, how did I completely miss this part of the translation? But it was because it was translating stuff that was in the next line. I was like, oh, okay. And then I was kind of sick of it. And then I was, like, Googled, like, what media literacy actually is, because I've heard lots of people talking about it, and I was slightly confused. Because it feels like that everyone's, like, that sometimes it just gets used to be like, oh, you're not media literate because you have a different interpretation to me. And I'm like, I feel like this term means something different to that. Yeah, that's something else I did. I think that's about, oh, wait, no, I have one more thing, I think. Yeah, because no, that artwork that I'm thinking of, I drew last week. Oh, geez, it's already been a week. I need to draw the other guy. I didn't get around to drawing a page of my manga because, you know, I was, like, out of commission for being sick, and then, like, when I had the energy to, I was busy drawing. But I drew this. I drew the Gay Boys. I mean, actually, no, I also drew a Kyrie artwork, didn't I? Yes, I did do that this week. I drew Kyrie in drip. Because, so, like, a couple of weeks ago, I had a sleepover with friends, and we were playing Tekken 7, I believe. And Lucky Chloe had an outfit that I was like, wait, this has unnecessary, like, belts. That's giving Kingdom Hearts. So I drew, like, Kyrie in an outfit inspired by it. So yeah, I drew, it's on my Instagram if you guys want to go see, but yeah, like, Kyrie's got, like, the belt, and, like, the leg warmers. I really like drawing big, chunky leg warmers. I feel like that's something I draw a lot. Because I've also got another character design that I have drawn in a Nomura-inspired style, like, as part of a Nomura study. It's, like, an OC that I drew, and that's that way, I'm assuming. You guys deserve to see them a bit closer. So yeah, that was, like, a character for a book I was writing. I've written, like, a chapter that I wrote for, like, uni. It's because, yeah, I did a course on, like, kids' books. But, so I had, like, I drew all the characters in, like, a specific style, and then, like, for practice, I drew it in the Nomura style, which I thought was kind of cool. And I drew another, like, sort of an actual Kingdom Hearts OC in the style as well. But, yeah, I've drawn that one, and also, like, the Kyrie with, like, warmers. So that seems to be something that I enjoy drawing. Maybe it comes from Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, Taya or Anzu had, those kind of scrunched up socks in the early chapters. She lost them over time as they became out of fashion. But yeah, I drew very gay. Look, half my my weird artwork comes from a Discord server I'm in, and, like, someone drew Sora, and they had, like, a little cool, like, an evil Sora with a cool effect, and everyone jokes about, like, evil bisexual Sora. So I had to, but I ended up, like, by the time I realized he didn't look evil enough, I was already too committed. Like, I had already started coloring. You can't go back from that point. So yeah. And I like to draw art that embraces the cringe. I know, I feel like when I'm drawing for the bit is when I make some of the weirdest stuff. Like, I've drawn, like, Pirate Sora, but he was, like, piracy, not, like, it's just a shirt that says, like, you wouldn't steal a car. I drew, Donald Duck, but, like, doing Top Sir Gaga. Because someone joked about, like, that we wouldn't trust Donald Duck to do our top surgery. Like, stupid stuff like that is, like, I've also drawn Hatsune Riku. I've drawn Barry B. Benson, but he's Riku. A lot of, yeah, just cursed puns seems to be the things that make me go, wow, I really shouldn't just be allowed to just draw whatever I want. I shouldn't have this power. I am clearly using it for evil. And I will continue to do so. And you guys will continue to look at this artwork. It will be burned into your brains. It didn't take that long, to be honest. I still don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. Like, I think I'm in a sort of weird transition period with my artwork, because, like, this one feels like I drew it. This feels older than it is, because, like, I feel like that more recently I've been drawing sort of more, like, realistic proportions eye-wise, like, for example, smaller eyes than this artwork did. I feel like that, I don't know, some of the aspects of the art went back a bit compared to what I've been doing more recently, because, you know, I did the Nomura study, and I was like, ooh, I like his proportions, and his proportions lean more realistic, but before that I was drawing, like, from other sources that tend to have that more big eyes thing. So yeah, I feel like that's maybe why it feels weird. It's in this sort of gray area between, and yeah, I feel like that, I know that, like, whenever I start hating my art, it's like, oh, this is either, like, I'll just get over it, or it's, like, it'll be a push to, like, improve. And I think, like, I was doing some, like, studies and stuff before I got into pain. Like, so I think it was also possibly, this week. I'll show them off. Anyway, the 29th. Oh, yeah, okay, these were. See, like, I haven't been as on it with my diary as well, so I forgot, like, stuff that I've done, because I didn't write it down. But yeah, like, some studies. Yeah, so, like, because, yeah, I want to get better at, like, my perspective and proportions and stuff. I just want to get good. Like, I'm sick of my art feeling amateurish and, like, intermediate. I'm like, bro, I've been drawing my entire life. Like, not well, and not, like, with proper, like, study and stuff, but, like, I've been drawing for over... Okay, I've been drawing anime stuff since I was, like, 15, which was, like, what, 2019? Which, geez, that was... when you realize that you're old. Like, when you realize that it's been, you know, years. Yeah, I just feel like that... I see these people online and stuff, and, like, the amount of, like, improvement they have between years. I don't have that. Like, my art doesn't look significantly better than it did, like, back when I was in high school, and that makes me feel bad. I want my art to be better than it is, because, yeah. Like, because if what, I look at my old, Instagram account and stuff that I was posting back then, like, yeah, I want to get goods. I'm sick of my art looking like just there's just something lacking about it that, like, feels like that there's a threshold that, like, I'm not crossing to get it into that, like, oh, this art's good. Like, there's just something missing about it. Like, I'd like to think I'm not a beginner because I started drawing so long ago, but, so, like, this was the first thing I posted on Instagram. Back in so the very start of 2022. That was an OC I had. So, like, my style's changed a bit, but I don't know how much, like, my skills are improved in the sense that, like, I can draw more than just front-on portraits. And, like, I like to think that I've improved, but my style hasn't changed that substantially, and I still feel like I color in the same sort of way. Like, I feel like that's also something that holds me back, is my sense that color isn't that, yeah, I've always felt like that, like, I see other people and how they draw with their markers, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I missing that makes my art just not look right? Like, yeah, I like to hope that maybe okay, so maybe that's, like, when do I feel like I started to plateau? But, like, I feel like these changes weren't necessarily skill, it's just that I did, like, a study and started incorporated some stylistic elements. Like, so around here, I did a study of an artist, like, and you can see that I started doing these, like, doodahs in the eyes. That one has it. This was, yeah, this was where my study of them had gone a little bit too far, and I was like, yeah, this doesn't even feel like my art at this point. Yeah, you can see them there. When have I started? I'm like, I'm not really seeing any interesting poses. like, at all. I mean, maybe, okay, like, we had Manga May, which that'll possibly have something? Was everyone still just facing directly front on? How did I pull that off? How did I manage to draw a manga for, like, every day for a month? Longer than that, because I also did, like, okay, well, at least my digital art's gotten better. Like, my digital art doesn't look like this. That was, like, I think the first thing I drew last year. Yeah, that was 2nd of January 2025. So my digital art's gotten better, but that's more so that I've just figured out how it works, rather than necessarily, like, a lot of art skill improvement. Okay, and this is getting into, like, I feel like 2025 was also an experimental period, but I also just didn't post that much. Yeah, I just feel like that, like, I just wish I was better than I am. Like, and I say wishing, like, I mean as in, like, I really want to lock in and actually be good at drawing. Like, I know that people say that, like, that I'm good, but I've also had my nana saying that since I was 12. Like, you know, like, how there's some people that will just be impressed if you can draw more than a stick figure? Like, I want to be, like, able to draw good compared to actual, like, artists, not, like, just, oh, you're good because you can, like, you can vaguely draw a thing that looks like the thing. And yeah, like, there's just stuff that I feel like that really holds my art back, but I can't quite, like, it's like, I mean, my backgrounds look pretty bad. Backgrounds are not my thing. My hands are bad. I hate hands so much. Like, yeah, and I feel like there's some perspective stuff. Color's also something I suck at. Like, just getting that, like, knowing where light sources are, I feel like is something that I often stuff up. Like, yeah, things related to form and then space. So, like, space, like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like for how long I've been drawing, my skills don't really reflect that. And then, like, I see, like, how quickly other artists improve, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? What am I missing here? Like, yeah, I don't know. I definitely need to lock in more and draw more because my art sucks. Like, I know I'm being too self-deprecating, but I just, like, it's kind of annoying me, and I go through these phases a lot, but I feel like it's been getting more and more frequent, like, where I just, yeah, realize that my art's just mid at best. Like, I don't know, I don't want to, like, I'm not saying that to, like, put down other people. Like, I think it's more just frustrating for me, because it's like, come on, like, you have been drawing for a long time. Like, I have so many sketchbooks of artworks and stuff. Like, I have, yeah, like, even in just my room, I've got, like, several full sketchbooks. I've got years worth of, like, practice and stuff, and it still feels like I'm not making that level of progress. And I'm like, am I doing it wrong? Like, yeah, I feel like that maybe I need to figure out how, like, or, like, what it is that I dislike. Because I know that everyone's gonna have issues with their art. Like, even like, some people that you look at and you're like, what are you talking about? Your art is, like, amazing. Like, I'm talking, like, your Yusuke Murata's, like, I think that's the name of the guy that does, like, One Punch Man's art, as in One Punch Man, not, like, not one. And yeah, like, you see their art and it's like, what are you doing? Or, like, you see artists that you already thought were amazing, and then you see them somehow get even better, and it's like, what are you doing? Save some skill from the rest of us. Yeah, I feel like this is just turning into me ranting about, like, I don't know, artists look so good at their stuff, and, like, this is what I like doing, so it would be nice that, like, if I could get better. If anyone has, like, legitimate tips, because I don't know, I feel like I'm in this weird sort of position, because, like, I feel like that the difficulty with me learning how to draw is I'm not a beginner in the sense, like, in the typical sense. Like, I have been drawing for a long time. I'm just not proportionately good at it. Like, yeah, relative to how long I've been drawing, I feel like my skill level isn't there. Which part of that is also I was drawing for a while as a kid. Like I had very limited screen time, so I didn't draw with references, and I also like was pretty content with my style, so I didn't particularly grow and get better. I just kind of drew the same thing that I liked drawing, and thought that was good enough. I don't know how much of that old art I have from back then, because I know that like at one point I threw out a heap of old art because I thought it was cringe and bad. Yeah, I was so proud of like where I was at compared to it, so I was like, no, I need to get rid of this. This art's gross. And now I look back at that stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, what were you doing? Because like I remember when I first started drawing anime art, I drew necks so ridiculously long. Like I kind of have a longer neck than average, so maybe that's part of it. But yeah, like looking back, and like people would comment that the necks were long. But, like, I didn't really notice it. But, yeah, now looking back, I'm like, those were way too long. So, yeah, that's this week. Not a lot of... Not the most productive week. But that's okay. Like, that happens. You know, when you get, like... When you're in pain and sick, it's important to, like... You know, not make it worse. And, yeah, I've had, like, stuff... Like, I had a friend confess to me, so that also threw me off. Because, like, I had to... overthink that as well. So yeah, lots of like stuff that's not particularly worth showing off. But I guess like this is also talking through this and ranting about my off stuff's made me, yeah, I guess realize that I really want to lock in and get good. Just cuz I just want to get better. And like I'm not like jealous of people, like you know, when an artist is good, like they've done the right thing, like you know they put in the effort like to get there. It's just that I'm kind of like realizing that I need to like I really want to have it so that my art feels less like it's in this weird sort of intermediate amateur phase, which it's felt like it's been there for a while. Like yeah, I feel like there's I don't know, like in terms of tiers, I've been sort of stuck in a certain spot, and I really want to get over that. Like, yeah, I wanted to start, like, being like, oh, this art's, like, actually, hold up. That's what I want. I want my art to actually be, like, the kind of thing that's like, oh, dang, they can draws. So, yeah, I guess that's the goals, is to get good, and also be more consistent with drawing manga. I am kind of annoyed that I didn't get any of that done this week. Especially, like, with uni coming up, like, I'm like, oh, how much is that gonna slow me down? But I can understand this week I've been fairly disrupted and had stuff going on.